Hi guys, this is Sarah. I'm not really much of a vlogger. I am trying to be, but basically, I'm starting this YouTube channel to document my life and also kind of hold myself accountable. I guess one thing that I do want to talk about is basically this challenge that I started today. I don't have my journal with me on right now, but I can probably do another video on that. But I don't know if you've heard of the 75 hard, but I'm basically going to do a 30 hard. But I think the 75 hard is usually for like gym and like health, like fitness wise. I don't know. I've never done it anyways. Um, but I saw this creator do a. It might have been a 75 hard. It might have been shorter, but it was more of like a holistic hard in the sense that like it was all aspects of his life, not just like one specific part. And so I was like, okay, that's actually really interesting. I have not really been feeling myself, so I wanted to kind of change things up and, document it. So, what I'm going to be doing is a 30 holistic card, and it has all, like, basically, I guess I'll show you my journal later, but it's a bulleted list where it says like all the things that I want to accomplish in a day, and then I marked it out from number 1 to 30, and then it has a little bubble so that anytime I accomplish it during that day, I'll fill it in. So for example, it's like basic things of like 8 ounces, or sorry, not that, but basically like drinking water, enough cups of water, 10K steps a day, reading, meditating, journaling, put daily videos that I actually want to be posting to just talk about my experience and document like what was hard, things like that, and very simple, like no cuts like these, because I really just want to force myself to get into the habit of creating content, and then eventually I'll create better content. But yeah, and then small things like uh 15 to 30 minutes of Pilates every single day, stretching, splits, like doing all of these things. But yeah, so that's actually what I'm going to be tracking. And it is November 19th today. I just started. Like I literally finished writing everything like I had to do and stuff. But yeah, I think part of me really wants to go through, I don't know, an adult transformation, because I've been living my life on autopilot slash like as a kid, I guess. I haven't fully felt like an adult. Like I can't drive. I just can't drive freeways, and I feel like having to like you know rely on people to like bring me places, or like always Ubering. That all adds up, and so I think at least kind of solidifying my confidence with myself like holistically, I think that'll eventually give me the confidence to do other things and like not be scared to um order for myself at a restaurant, like make a doctor's appointment, dentist appointment, which I actually did recently by myself, first time ever going alone. And that's another story and besides the point. Um, but yeah, I just want to be able to do this and kind of talk about my life and where I'm at and kind of see the progression. I guess where I'm at right now in my life is I am 26 years old. I work full time for One Down Media, a Filipino media company, and Kilit Co, my small business. And I have never really had the, I guess, traditional corporate life. And to an extent, I am very blessed and privileged to be able to say that, in the sense that I work from home. I kind of create my own schedule, but at the same time I feel like I missed out on like life's moments and like I don't know, that type of learning that I would get from struggling with like coworkers and hearing that kind of stuff and that community camaraderie and stuff like that. But yeah, so I feel like there's just like small things that I'm just missing out on life. Like I mentioned, I can't fully drive. So there's a lot of things that are like stopping me. And I'm like, how much longer am I going to live like this? I'm already 26 years old, and like, my parents are like immigrating to a new country where they didn't know the language. Like they literally hopped on a plane with nothing. And here I am struggling to like make an appointment for the doctors because I'm scared. Um, yeah, so I think this is all kind of like a reality check for me because I want to be doing more with my life. I had watched this one creator. Um, she the same way that like people kind of invest financially, like a financial portfolio, she wanted to do basically a life portfolio. So it was investing into community, relationships, and like personal. And so, hello FedEx. And so I think that's also kind of what I want to be doing more with like these things, is like, documenting the whole journey and the process, so that in the future I have something to look back at, and also accountability for myself to see, okay, yeah, like I did do that, or no, I didn't do that, or whatever. But yeah, so that's kind of where I'm at right now. What else? um in the future, I mean, right now I've kind of been like doing a lot of new things, like hobbies, because I don't know, I'm very influenced from people on social media, like, pickleball, marathons, whatever. That's like the next thing. So one thing that I've actually been trying to do is be off of social media, at least for short form videos, and making sure that I don't start my day on social media. I obviously have to be on there for work, but one thing that I'm trying to do is just engage in long form um, YouTube content, or like long form videos instead, that feel very, I don't know, like motivational, aspirational. But yeah, the doom scrolling, dopamine hits, like they were not good for my health or my mental health. There was a small portion in my life, maybe a couple of weeks ago, where I was at a really bad point. I was like, okay, I'm just gonna not. I'm literally gonna make my phone, as, what's it called? Like, not like as like a burden as possible, so that I don't like looking at it. Like, for example, I turn the color off. I have my time limits on, stuff like that. It didn't stop me, anyways, but there was a point where I was good about not being on social media for a short period. And that was actually the first time I've ever, um, what's it called? I've ever had like restful sleep and like woke up like not super groggy. I've kind of been struggling with like sleep in general. Like I always wake up so tired. I'll like nap in the middle of the day. Like it really wasn't good. And I didn't know if it was like, the food that I was eating, or the amount of stress that I'm under, blah blah, this and that. But once I just took out that one thing, like it was social media, like before, like, I would just scroll passively. Like it was honestly so bad. I was consuming so much because I was under the impression that like if I'm not on top of trends, I'm going to be behind. If I don't know the latest news of something, I won't be ahead of the curve. And so I think that really took a toll on me, because like to the point where I was listening to podcasts in like the shower, because I just wanted to consume so much. But yeah, it got to the point where I was like, okay, let me just shut everything off. So when I did that, that's when I realized, oh, okay, like this was the best decision in my life, to at least see kind of the extremity. Um, and now I'm like, okay, I need to find a better balance in between social media, because obviously I enjoy watching my stuff, creating and stuff like that. But I need to kind of know like when there is a point. And then after that, I eventually got to another video, me doom scrolling again. And it was the 7 types of rest. I don't have it right now, but if you just look it up, basically it's like social, spiritual, physical, mental, etc. And just making sure that you get these different types of rest so that you can be whole. You don't have to do it daily, but it's like whenever you kind of need to like replenish a certain thing of like the rest, it's like, oh, okay, doing that. So that's actually what I'm being more mindful of. And then in my journal, I'm kind of documenting it. And so, yeah, that's kind of where I'm at right now. I basically want to be, less on social media and more in the moment of life. There was even another post that I saw that said like people who pass away like now, or I guess like our generation, they're gonna have more memories of like other people's lives because of how much media we consume. And I was like, oh wow, like I don't know, that was just like kind of something that hit hard. I was like, okay, I think I need to document more of my life, because with, all my doom scrolling and stuff, I'm like, my brain cells are gone. And, when I was younger, I actually would make a lot of videos and stuff like that, and I kind of miss, I don't know, just creating like that. Obviously, it's because it turned into work, and so I kind of had a different relationship with it at some point, like in college. Like, I actually hated video editing because I did it for work. I was like a videographer for like UCA Alumni Affairs, and then yeah, I think corporate life is very different too, because when you're creating for a brand, especially for like UCLA, it's like, okay, it's very specific and it kind of has to be simple. You can't really change it up too much type of thing. But yeah, so I think for me, it's like I really, I had these like explosive like juices and stuff for creativity, and then it kind of just had to stop type of thing. Um, but yeah, so that is, I don't know, I guess my little life update on this day of November 19th, 2025. Yeah, what else is happening? Christmas is actually coming up, and every year I try to, what's it called? Like, or use like one of my like new hobbies to create something. Like, I like making my gifts. Like, I love handcrafted stuff. Um, but I've been a bit busy, so I'm like, okay, what can I do now? So I was thinking of getting a pottery wheel for Christmas student time, but I'm like, okay, that's gonna be another investment and like another rabbit hole of things. So I think I'm gonna do rug tufting and basically just bringing back like all the other crafts that I have partaken in the past, but I have not been doing as often. But yeah, so I guess that's my little life update, and I'm going to be doing these vlogs every single day to kind of just talk about like anything and everything. And like, I don't know, even documenting like hangouts and stuff. I really want to live in the moment and everything, and capture these like, little glimpses of life, in how I see it through my eyes. But yeah, if you watched this whole video, thank you for watching and for discovering this little secret channel of mine. But yeah, it's really just to document and hold myself accountable. But yeah, okay, thank you to whoever's watching, and bye.